Hi. Hello, my
Hi.
dear friend.
Hello, Patty.
Here we are here in our weekly coffee chat of about something that pops in our world. We are practicing access consciousness tools. So we are chatting with you about something that pops for this week and maybe this can be a contribution in your world. So today, what's going on? Or what we are perceiving.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And we talked about this before we came on the call. Is the funky energy around? Yes, the reality we like maybe not everybody, but a lot of people telling you, you know, the another wave is coming. Um, they are saying that another virus or whatever, that the market is going to crash, that all those things. Yes, the energy prices will skyrocket and we will not be able to afford that. And all this is like the first what I'm doing when I'm hearing things like that is I'm using the success tools of fracking, just frack, whatever that energy is. Yes, or 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that is changing something for me anyway. The second one, I'm asking the question, okay, is this true for me? Yes, no. And it's like I'm looking at this all, not even information, I don't know what the name put on this scam. I will say, for me that's a scam of this what is presented to us. Yes, and I'm asking a question again, okay, is this truth for me? Yes, no. Okay, so that's it. I'm not going to dwell on that, and I'm just moving over. And but you said something, about this reality that is much heavier now than was years ago. And you make that demand of yourself and to the universe that you don't want to be stuck in that reality again. Yes. So can you tell us more about that, please?
Yeah, and maybe something that is, while I hear you, this is okay. What is that thing that is pulling me to be that demand? And it came Maria, my kid. Like right now, she's 10 years old and she starts hearing these access tools when he was 5. So right now she's starting asking a lot of questions about this reality, my reality, the reality of the teacher, the reality of the friend, and all these difference of that reality, my reality, the reality. And it gave me like, oh my goodness, I have here the one that is asking me a lot of questions. And that's give me that sense of, yeah, so like be present with all these things that for me right now is like when we start, when I 5 years ago I was like feeling all this intensity, all this overwhelming frustration, also the tiredness of like, oh, another day. And in the same time, with this mindset of go, it's a new day, it's a wonderful day. But inside was like, oh yeah, but it's like this fighting about what my body was like aware. And now I know that is what was aware. And my mindset that is giving these phrases that go, yeah, go and be happy. And right now with access consciousness tools, I noticed that okay, I am more aware of that of the intensity of all this information. First of all, because access consciousness is this amazing set of tools that is not avoiding, fighting, or resisting something. It includes everything. I love that access consciousness has very few definitions, and one of that definitions is consciousness is everything and doesn't and we don't judge anything. We include everything. So for me, it's okay. That their reality is more intense, and I am more aware of more things, and I am not resisting, avoiding, or fighting them. I am aware of that. Second is, okay, can I change something? Is this mine? That question, is this mine? No. Okay. Can I change it? No. Okay. But what can I do in my own world, with my abilities? And that creates something that now is a demand of an exercise to not be sucked to all the overwhelm and include that and not fight that. So it's weird to explain how can we do that. But right now I am more practicing that, and in the same time, for example, with Maria, it's like she says something that, okay, mom, so I don't have to choose this reality or my reality. No, I can have everything. Yes, if you choose, if you are aware of that. So that for me was oh my goodness, how many times I have that awareness and I choose something like to be part of, to fit in, instead of, and no one told me, and no one speaks with me with all these things open. So I don't know if I say a lot of things, but the thing is, you can have your reality, including this reality, and be aware of this reality and stop fighting, stop resisting, and choose for you. And when you start choosing for you, you are choosing from you, your body, and that includes everything when you are not in the fightness, in the avoidance. And it's a practice, Ivona. It's really a demand of.
Yeah, when I listen to you, what pops for me, it was like when you acknowledge that this reality is what it is, yes, and you've got your own reality. Just the acknowledgement I'm not talking about acceptance. It's more like allowance, allowing, this reality can exist. Okay, it doesn't bother me. I check if this reality is true for me or not. Yes, so I'm asking the questions, and when I'm asking the question, I am in the question, and when I acknowledge that, okay, that's the reality is presented to me, I can be in allowance of that reality.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same time, I can acknowledge that and choose totally something different.
And the thing is that this reality has information that maybe that we require that information for something creating for us.
Yeah. And we are not ignoring, we are not fighting this reality, we just acknowledging that reality. And by doing that, by doing that, we are changing this reality anyway, somehow. Yes.
Yeah, that's the magic. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. And, the wave of Symphony of Possibility finished, and they create some amazing wave in the world with the energy. So that will be, I'm actually looking forward to see, because I can perceive a lot of changes. And so that will be interesting to actually see how this reality is changing and how we are creating beyond that.
Yeah.
And what we are creating beyond that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, that how many times we dream to change the world. And for me, it was like, oh yeah, I would like to change the world. And it was from the space of change it with force, fighting, like be the hero of a wonderful movie and all that things, instead of, okay, acknowledge, and first of all, questions, acknowledgement and choice, and another question, another choice, another question, another choice, and this creates this movement of, okay, I can not live here only, and I can expand my reality, and my reality includes this one. I use the information that this reality has, but I am not living with the lies. I am really tapping what's true for me, what's available in the possibilities, and expands. And my reality expands more. And something that also Access Consciousness give me, like this gift, is, okay, it's not only a manifestation. It's not only a declaration. It's the commitment to choose to take action. As you say, I take action in my daily life, and that starts changing my surrender, and that with the energetic things is changing. And if we are many people being that, wow, this world can.
You know what? Actually, this is really funny, because I was listening today to one of Dane talk with his sister Sarah and somebody else, and they were talking about Sarah actually was sharing how her world changed when she allow herself to have like half an hour a day just for her, just for herself. And in this time she chose to listen to Dane free YouTube things. I think it's Tour of the Consciousness. When they are very short videos when he's talking about tools of Access Consciousness, and they are very useful, very simple, and very powerful. And she was talking about this, how this changed her life, because she was doing something for herself. She wasn't doing this for her husband or her kids. And we talk about this, yes? Do something what will give you the pleasure, what will give you happiness, what maybe not give happiness, because you can choose to be happy anyway, yes? But will bring the joy, will bring the laughter or smile or lightness to your life, whatever that is for you. So that's, another. And she was saying she was getting up half an hour before her kids she has to wake them up. So she knew every morning she's got this half an hour just for her, just to to be with herself, to talk, maybe not even talk, but to absorb and
Mm-hmm.
like put herself in different mindset. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because the the tour of consciousness is giving you totally different mindset, is inviting you to do and choose something different, and is actually giving you a tools you can use every day. Yes, like we are talking here. And then on this tour of consciousness, Dane is expressing and inviting and you know um, saying how to use the tools, yes, how they work. And so yeah, if that's something you would like to do, go for it. I know for myself, yes, like I am listening to I've got things on my phone from my classes I took, from the recordings from the classes I bought. And sometimes, yes, I will go and listen to the podcasts. And so I am working on my mindset. Yes, I am feeding myself with different energy, with different outlook. Yes, and this is helping me to stay in my reality, in the reality I am creating, and not to allow myself to be sucked again
Mm-hmm.
to all this worry. And I don't even have the words for that. Yes,
Mm-hmm. And that's
and
amazing
yeah,
about access consciousness. There are a lot of resources like
yeah,
this coffee chat that we are having, or YouTube. There are, well, the tour of consciousness of Dr. Den here. Of course, I first of I absorb all that videos, like you say. I with When I go to this first class of access consciousness, being you, changing the world, that is a class that Dr. Den here uh, is a class of Dr. Den here about 4 years ago. And it was my first touch with access consciousness. I said, what is this? I can understand. So I started like, okay, let's study. For me was, let's study this thing. And I went to these resources of the Tour of Consciousness YouTube channel with Dr. Den here. And they are amazing. They are amazing. If you are thinking, what's these tools, how can we use, what can this change in my life, there's a lot of resources. So the thing is, what are you waiting to have money or time to start something for you? Let me say, there are a lot of resources that doesn't require money, and they are there. SoundCloud, YouTube, podcasts, Facebook, with a lot of facilitators sharing access tools. And what if you can start with this commitment with yourself to give you 50 minutes, 20 minutes each, whatever time, whatever day or 2 days or 1 week or whatever sequence it works for you, to start hearing these access tools. And that could be a way that you can start tapping different reality for you, and not to live here in the contraction, in the problems. And that's something also, we have a lot of energy. If you are hearing this, if you are watching this, you are a person that has a lot of energy. You are a person that has many other abilities. So how much we use that abilities and that energies to create problems, to have something to do with that energy, and to change something from that space? What if we use that energy in a different space to create our life and include the joy that you said, Ivona, that joy, that pleasure, that enthusiasm, that vibrant of me living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And sometimes it's like, today I talked with my friend, and she said, I said, I need to prepare for our life. Yes. Because I don't have a word. It's more at the moment, it's like I am more aware of the energy, and I don't have a word to name it. Yes. And but there is this awareness of I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, and everything will be fine. And and it's not from the space of believing somebody will give it to me or somebody will do it for me. It's just from the space that universe really got my back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So yes, that's from the space. And yeah, and I was listening today in 15 billions. The September one call, the first call in September, and that call was about money, and there was so many things. I thought, oh my god, it was like really. But two things stuck for me from that call. It was like the first one, he said, if you've got any problem with money, just destroy and create everything what allows this to exist, pod and POC. So I've been doing that. And another, it was awareness, and I had this awareness before. I think about 2 years ago, he said, and that is for the access people mostly, but check with yourself, because I think this applied to all our life and our choices. Yes, he said something like that. We are saying we don't have money because we don't want to pay for access classes. Because if we do, then we will change. Every access class is bringing a lot of change, and I know that, and I'm sure you do too. And sometimes it's like, like 2 years ago, I had this feeling like I change a lot and I change too fast. So I started creating all these money problems, so I don't have the money to pay for classes. This year, things change a bit. Not, I'm on a path of changing this, and it's really, really funny how, yes, we do create or don't create, we do create problems or don't create money, or we are refusing to receive even money, yes, which can lead, in my case, taking more access classes will lead to more changes and faster changes. Yes, because when you are going for 3 days class, there is when you're coming back home, everything is changed. You are changed. It's like the rocks under your feet is pulled out, and you don't know who you are, where you are. You don't know that. It's just open space. So yeah.
And also with this is like how many times we learn to make something work. Yeah, like I live here in this with all these things that we have talked with this reality. So we learn a lot to make things work here. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when we start changing, when we start using and have these tools with more that 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 first of all impulse us to know what we know. So we are like, okay, we can be here outside of the box. And then it's like, oh, but how can I handle this that I was making handle this if I am out of the box? So we go inside the box to continue handling things. So I noticed that I did that a lot. And in sometimes I was judging myself like, oh, I can be here or I can live here out of the box because whatever, and I have to live here to handle here. And that was making things work. So the thing is that, okay, what if this is not wrong? It's a choice. I I can do this. I can span and contract, expand 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 and contract. Oh, I can go here, but I have to handle here. I can go there. I can handle this. Okay, it's a choice. And then I was like looking, but I am, this is so tiredness. this is, I am using a lot of energy to have this expansion. And then this idea that I will lose this if I can handle this, all these ideas, and I use my judgment to, and we use these elements, money and time. And money and time are these elements that in we have a lot of linearity, A, B, C, D, and a result, an outcome. So are you are willing to be really out of control of this linearity, and instead of looking for that outcome, can you only tap the energy of what would you like your life to be? And maybe you can live with this expansion and contraction if that creates joy for you, or choose something different. And I am in that path. Okay, this thing is my expertise. Okay, this is my comfort zone. My uncomfortable zone is to be in this space, acknowledge this contraction, this reality, and allow, acknowledge, being the question.
But did you actually acknowledge that you, and even your body was doing this? Yes,
Yeah,
you were expanding more and more. Yes, contracting and expanding greater, and contracting and expanding greater. And what pops for me is like the more you expand, the longer you stay in that place of
yeah,
expansion. Yes.
yeah.
So that can be one of the way to learn how to be that. And like you said, there is no wrong or right way to do it. It's just you will choose whatever works for you. Yes, you may not do it at all. That's fine too. That's your choice.
And that's the thing that I really enjoy with access tools. It's your choice. It's not wrong. It's a
Mhm.
choice. And you can change this when you type and
When you
when you
choose.
choose something different. So just choose. It's your choice. Just choose. And it's that like that playground of, okay, I am playing this. It's fun for me. Super. I'm playing this. It's not fun for me. Okay, choose something different. Okay, I will choose something different. And I use judgment just for justify my choice. And right now it's okay. I am not going to use judgment. I am
Yeah.
in the practice, in the demand. That is for me these things that I have shared with you and speak is okay. This reality is this reality. Uh, what is where and what is my reality? And it's just a choice. I can be here or I can be here or whatever. It's just a
Yeah.
choice.
And I can be suppressed or I can have ease with expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
choice.
yes.
So what choices do you have that you haven't acknowledged? That if you acknowledge, you can have more ease and fun in your life and living and with your body
Yeah.
and with everything.
Yeah.
And everything that doesn't allow that, can you destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and visions. And that is the clearing statement, Access Consciousness. You can find more information in Access Consciousness, clearingstatement.com. That's the web. That's the link.
The link is
The
theclearingstatement.com.
clearing statement.
But if you go on Access website, accessconsciousness.com, and you put the clearing statement in the finder, you will got there too. So yeah.
Okay. Something else with this coffee chat?
No, I don't think so. Just, you know what, maybe we can send the contribution to everybody who is tapping to that energy, who is listening, who will be listening in the future. The contribution to create the life with ease. What do you think about that one?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love these conversations. For in my life is I hope for all you hearing this can be a contribution. And if it is, share with your friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And see you next week.